I didn't think it was possible for Spud to get more bits of paper into this very tiny room, but you've actually achieved it, Spud. What is all this stuff in front of you?
Newspaper clippings and handwritten notes.
Well, I've got a newspaper
notes.
clipping from Wednesday, April 13.
Do you check every clipping, do you?
No, I do, because the great Tony Lockett went to the AFL Hall of Fame to induct Robert Harvey as a legend.
He was coming on with us.
No, and he did see my calls a few times and ignored them, Joe.
Yeah,
He did. And he did say one thing Saturday night. You're consistent every 5 minutes for an hour. But anyway,
there's going to be no follow up on that. We're not going to get him.
Well, we might, but on the back of this article, Brian, we won't probably see him again, because he was outstanding last Saturday night. Drove down at 11 o'clock, got to the function at 7:30.
Yeah.
I organised a few drinks in the River Room.
Yeah.
For Triple Brownlow medalist Ian Stewart, who recruited him, Stuart Trott, a couple of his football mates.
So like elite sort of.
No,
company.
and a couple of current players, just to have a couple of crown
you and
lagers.
Lowy.
Any of the fans in there with him?
Lowy?
There was Peter Summers, the president, Matty Finnis, and Molly Meldrum.
Yep, great.
So there's a few people. 2 crown lagers he had, and then came into the room at 8:30. Sat next to Anita, my wife, and Kane Taylor, because I knew that you guys would be all over it, so I made sure that I wasn't sitting next to him.
I've never seen it. I've got news on that night.
But anyway, Lowy was there on the hull, and Halves was behind. Then for the next 2 hours, Plugger got inundated with photos, and you can get
they
on,
swarmed around the table in the main palladium.
And so you can get on at Triple M Footy, is that right? To have a look at some of the photos. Then after he spoke magnificently well for 10 minutes about Robert Harvey, then sat down, got a photo with Robert Harvey.
Still inside the main room?
Still inside the main room.
Yep.
Then had a photo with the other living 6 Brownlow medalists. Verdon Howell, Neil Roberts, Ian Stewart, Ross Smith, Tony Lockett, Robert Harvey, and Brian Gleeson.
And signing every autograph in between.
So the 7 guys stood up, got a photo. One person in the crowd bid for it. It brought 15,000.
Wow.
5 to charity, 10 to the club. So Plugger put himself out there. When they found out Tony Lockett was coming, the tickets were $350. Then when they found out he was coming, the tickets went up to 820 people, Brian, at $275 a head. So all of a sudden, the function on the back of Lockett...
500, yep.
So what's your point?
My point is, then at 11:30, he had a room at Crown Metropole. We said, let's go down for a drink. He said, I haven't had any since 8 o'clock. What are you doing? He said, I'm driving home. I said, you buggered you are. We're having a few drinks. He said, no, I'm going back to drench the cattle. Well done, mate. He texts me 8:30.
And that's drench the cattle, not...
So what's your point?
My point is...
What is your point?
Scotty Gillen, whatever his name is, in the Herald Sun, wrote an article 5 days later about Plugger or the Green Hermit, apparently in the green room, so it was the River Room. You're wrong there, Scotty. Then after his 10-minute talking of Robert Harvey, went back into the green room like some recluse, Scotty. Get off your fat ass and ring someone up, Scott. If you're going to write a story like that, which is absolute crap...
So your point is he was in the main room.
He doesn't write crap.
So you're saying he was in the main room the whole time? Is that what you're trying to say?
Other than the first hour.
Right.
So Scotty Gullen has talked about... Then he went back as a recluse. He's something like the Loch Ness Monster. Someone can't see.
Will this scare him off, Plugger?
I don't think he'll come back, Brian, and nor should he. Why would he bother coming down and copping crap like that?
Can't you get a bit tougher skin than...
But isn't this guy one of the legends of our game?
Yeah, but...
Isn't he?
Yeah, but he's...
But shouldn't he be treated... And all right, I'm not going to get defensive, because I'd take a bullet for him. I won't take one for you, Gullen.
I think there's another reason why we mightn't see him again.
Why?
Because every time he comes down, Spud, you give him the greatest drying of all time. It's my understanding that you are going and finding current players like David Armitage and going, stick with me, Armour.
Yeah.
I can get you to meet
That's
the great.
incredible.
Stay with me, Armour.
Yeah.
Just come walking with me.
I heard Armitage.
Apparently he was marching them in one every 5 minutes.
That's it.
Maybe a couple of times.
Seb Ross, hey Rossi, come with me. I'll wander you in and you can meet
No one knows who you are.
Anyway,
But if
we'll
you
move
follow
on.
me.